For me, there's a simple rule in politics.
We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
NewsSpin is the best. Listen up. NewsSpin is the best. Me say listen up massive. NewsSpin is the best, yeah. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show. All across the world. Check your signal, it blaze up your airwave. NewsSpin on your radio, hear me now. Tune in the frequency, come along, Junior. NewsSpin a vice up the play. NewsSpin is the best. Listen to the massive. NewsSpin is the best. Knowledge must abound. NewsSpin is the best. Fancy mount knock a play way. NewsSpin is the best. Papa Bonje by team, all man. Across the land, all across the globe. Echoes of voices, we join in hand. Harmony rising with the afternoon sun. Come along, NewsSpin has begun. NewsSpin is the best. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show in the world. The true facts about Sophia volcano, Sandy Beach, banana and Sneem Mango. Voices from the chat room, the capital Castries Hills. We feel you warm Caribbean breeze. Teaching the truth, making hearts feel ease. Knowledge must open up every mind. Learn about your island home. We leave no one behind. NewsSpin for your radio. Pull up the volume, Jay. NewsSpin for your radio. Pull up your seats. Afternoon time. NewsSpin for your radio. Come along. NewsSpin for your radio. Let the message strong. Shouts out to Tim on the NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between the youth and the elders. We stand tall. Voices lift up high. Under one island sky we unify. NewsSpin is an education for all. From city streets to mountain stars. Learn your history, share your dreams. Together we light the world with our hymns. NewsSpin is the best. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show in the world.
Coming up on this, the most monitored talk show in the world, a new feature we called Praise is Due. More homicides being recorded on the island and what the island's minister with responsibility for agriculture has to say about the fiasco in the south of the island where cattle from the Shock area were relocated. All that and more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon. Jante is here. She'll have some reports for us. And also I'll be exchanging ideas and views and maybe disagreeing with you when you call at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. We hope you had yourself an enjoyable weekend. You're watching the broadcast via our Facebook page as well as our NewsSpin YouTube channel. Please like the video, share, subscribe to the NewsSpin YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the NewsSpin channel grow. We are also on Power 97.9 FM. Yes, we have recorded some more homicides. And you might have lost count. I have also. Maybe you're at 40, maybe 41 homicides so far for this year. But aren't you tired of this? And we still have people making a lot of excuses for the authorities. I know you don't like it. Every time I say the authorities, automatically you know I'm making reference to those people we were elected to make our lives better. I don't know why you can't understand that those people owe us safety. They owe it to us to maintain law and order in our society. Because otherwise, we can't put ourselves in a position to take care of our own safety, our own security. Think of this well. And this will be chaotic, where every individual wants to be his or her police officer. Every individual wants to be armed with a machete, with a knife, or with a firearm, illegal firearm, and find their own ammunition. It is possible. It can happen. In certain instances, it is already happening. So what you do in a so-called civilized society, you hire a couple of people, turn out to be misfits, and you give them the power. You give them the title so that they can perform certain functions. And in the process, law and order can be maintained. However, if those people fail to live up to the mandate of their duties, then chaos sets in. You have a few miscreants, we will do as they please. And that is to the detriment of law-abiding citizens, to the detriment of people who want to play by the rules, to the detriment of the economy, to the detriment of children, senior citizens, you name it. So what in effect you have is a lawless society. And that is what we're experiencing right now, primarily because there is a serious dereliction of duty on the part of those individuals who are charged with a particular responsibility or responsibilities. Either they're not equipped to do what is required of them, or maybe they've become quite complacent. They want to earn a salary and do nothing at all to earn their keeps. And most law-abiding citizens are suffering as a result of the ineptitude of a few. And what some of you continue to do, make excuses for your national security minister. You continue to make excuses for the minister with responsibility for crime prevention. You continue to make excuses for the Home Affairs Minister. And you continue to make excuses for the Cabinet of Ministers. But you continue to be impacted. Whether you as an ordinary citizen or you as a businessman, you have to invest more in the security of your staff, more to secure your environment, your business. It comes at a cost to you. But you continue to stomach it. You continue to accept it. For you, it is the norm. Believe you me, it can change. It ought to change. What we have in our modern society, in St. Lucia of 2026, is a group of individuals who are best placed to win general elections. And you will hear this on no other talk show, primarily those that are still on the air. You will not hear this from certain individuals in this country of ours, because you'll be truthful. You'll be saying it like it is. Those individuals are more adept at winning general elections than doing what is expected of them when they win at the polls. And you like it so? You continue to make excuses for them. And unfortunately, you believe that this is normal. And there is no other way. Leave it to God, or as long as you're alive, there will be killings. But you do not want to come to the conclusion and face the reality that those things are manageable. We are not existing in a society where things are supposed to be perfect. Take, for example, earthquakes. Can you prevent an earthquake? As far as I'm aware, no. But can you mitigate the effects? If you want to have a society that can be resilient, you construct your homes in a certain way. You have building codes and you police building the building codes. You'll not be like Haiti when there is an earthquake, or as I'm hearing, like Venezuela, because some of the structures will be able to surmount the effects of an earthquake. And very often, depending on the depth of the earthquake. So you can control certain things. You can minimize the effects of certain things. And the same thing obtains for the homicides after homicides that we are recording in St. Lucia. As the old people would say, "Sase kwevche." What we're experiencing now, what families are going through, and the authorities giving the impression they are helpless, they can't do anything. You have been the MP for 29 years, almost 30 years in the constituency. You know what 30 years looks like? Multiply 30 by 365 days. 30 years. And you're not changing the lives of the people in your constituency. Weekend after weekend, homicide, is marchand, and marchand, and marchand. And these days we're hearing about Mark Bexon. And those politicians, they don't want to get on the ground and get their hands dirty. Not talking about getting involved in extrajudicial killings, but go on the ground, the house to house, do it. The run up to a general election, you do it. And you eat things that you don't normally ingest or consume from voters because you want to impress them. You want to come across as one of them. You understand them. And you cannot take care of their needs. You can't provide them with proper housing. It appears that's beyond your control. High cost of living. You cannot provide a buffer for them. That's beyond your control. You can't control the killings. That's beyond your control. So why have you entered into elective politics? Why do you have the title of parliamentary representative for Castries East, for Castries North, for Castries Central, for Dennery North, for Dennery South, for VA4 North, VA4 South, Choiseul, Ancillary Canaries, you name it? Is to improve the lives of those people. Not use their own resources to bamboozle them, such as the NIC funds and so on, and you win an election on their backs, then you get into office and you can't do anything for them. Now tell me, isn't there a void, isn't there a vacuum when it comes to addressing the crime problem in St. Lucia? And the response we get from the authorities, whether it's the Home Affairs Minister or the National Security Minister, they have a particular record. The government that has invested the most in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. That's a record. So a guy is playing for a particular team, and the record is he's the longest serving player on that team. But what does he have to show? So longest serving MP in a particular constituency. Then as finance minister, you take the people's resources, record amount of money, of monies, millions, invest in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, and the killings continue. And people continue to applaud you. Applaud you why? Because you're doing a good job. So on Saturday, 27th of June, shooting at 7:30 p.m., Mark Bexon, 24-year-old who was shot, died on Sunday at 4:17 p.m. Joel Mercier of Bexon. Then you have another shooting, Saturday, 11:56 p.m. in Jackmel. Dead is 27-year-old Jason Scooby Francois of Jackmel. That same shooting, 2 other individuals sustained injuries. Doesn't end there. Fatal shooting over in Marchand, the capital of Castries. The victim, Jordan Lansico, 21 years old. The incident occurring at about 10:15 p.m. on Sunday. Now, I know that you're in your midst of carnival, and you're in the midst of sword-turning ceremonies and the unveiling of projects, because that's what the politicians want you to focus on. Carnival, a ceremony here, a beach park opened here. Applaud after applaud after applaud. But you paying the ultimate price. And if not you, relatives, your children, friends, paying the ultimate price, your life. And people want to ascribe this to ballot bringings. People are associating with the wrong crowds. But in a civilized environment, a civil society, if you know all that as a citizen, don't you believe that the authorities are aware of those social ills in our country? They are very much aware. And as much as the onus, the responsibility is that of parents to create the right environment for their children, the state has a responsibility as well. And there are instances when it is beyond the control of some parents, single parents, people who have to take care of their family. They're working in the hotel sector. You know, you're talking about menial jobs. We've heard this before. And every time there's an unveiling of a particular project, whether it's VG Beach being taken over, or somewhere in the north, somewhere in the south, the east coast, you name it. And in defense of the authorities, some color fools will tell you that they have jobs, menial jobs, paying next to nothing, especially in the hospitality sector, right? And you can't be home. You're sometimes working on a shift system. Can't take care of your family. Can't be there to nurture your family. Spend time with your children. And yet still, that's what we're settling for. We say it's okay. All of a sudden, for the white man and the foreigners to take our best lands, have hotels, all of a sudden, we can't create the environment for locals to invest their monies and establish hotels and businesses that can thrive and pay people decent salaries. Because we like to talk about gross domestic product and growth in the economy, but we don't understand there's something called Human Development Index. We don't appreciate that at all. We don't even appreciate in our St. Lucian society the need for our government to focus on housing. There's a lack of proper housing in St. Lucia. And those of you who are watching this broadcast, you know that for a fact. And the possibility of many of us owning a piece of St. Lucia these days has been significantly reduced. Why? Because of CIP. Prime lands set aside, again, deliberately telling you, for foreigners. Locals can't purchase a lot of those lands. And when you talk about CIP, think about it. Who are the people who are benefiting from our citizenship by investment program? What are people? Because this is not reflected in the roads, good roads. Hell no. Only in the run-up to a general election, politicians are scurrying all over the place trying to fix our roads. Housing, deplorable, non-existent. When was the last time you had any program in St. Lucia? I want you to tell me. Hack back to a particular period where there's a housing scheme where ordinary, poor St. Lucians, a lot of families went through this, purchased homes at Sans Souci, at Entrepot, Independence City, among other places. When was the last time you experienced this in St. Lucia? People squat. People want crown lands. They go begging parliamentary representatives for crown lands to build a home because those people are desperate. And very often, those people are shooed away as if it's an opportunity, a favor you're doing those people. But as soon as you get into office, as a parliamentary representative, a year, 2 years later, you have your condo, you have a house here, you have a house over there, you have houses upon houses as soon as you get into office. But the poor man, poor woman who's been struggling for several decades, as they normally say, can't get a hole, can't get something, a roof to put over their heads. But you like it so? You are satisfied, very much satisfied. So let's maintain the status quo. So let's turn our attention to, as we continue on the crime problem in St. Lucia, turn our attention to the NewsSpin question of the day. What are you going to do about those constant and senseless killings? The NewsSpin question of the day: what are you going to do about those constant and senseless killings? Because if your national security minister will not do anything about it, if your conflict resolution minister don't have the answers, you're not even speaking about it, your national security minister does not address it, as much as we've recorded so many homicides over the last few years, he has never saw it fitting to deliver an address to the nation on crime. What are you? It appears that it behooves you to do something about that problem. Some of the responses to the NewsSpin question of the day. On the Facebook page, somebody says, as long as there are humans on earth, there will be no end to crimes or killing. All is part of the life that we have to endure. Believe it or not, from creation, they were there. So as per the Bible reading, Christ was killed. I mean, Christ must be so disappointed in y'all folks. Honestly. Those are the people I created. Those are the people I died on the cross for. I wasted my time. But let's continue. So what's your problem? It is what it is. That's my problem. That's my opinion and sentiments. Now, if you were to all of a sudden come across as if you lack a conscience, but I won't be so wrong. But what if you were to become a victim of crime? Some guy with a legal firearm decides to just snuff out your life, kill you. God's will? And nobody could have done anything about it? Nobody at all? And you realize your national security minister, home affairs minister, etc., all those people, prominent people in our society, those people have security guards, most cases holders of licensed firearms. And something that comes to mind now. When those in authority, they decide not to give you a reprieve at the pump. They can't give you a reprieve. And if they give you a blight, remove 50 cents. You like that system, you appreciate it, you understand it. Remove 50 cents, and a little later you put 75 cents. You impose 75 cents on the people. And you're okay with that. But the national security minister, finance minister, etc., he has a driving allowance. What can he tell you about the price of petrol at the pump? What can the other government ministers tell you about the price of petrol at the pump. When you break it down, they have an entertainment allowance, traveling allowance, and you are struggling. You want a break. All you're getting, excuse after excuse, and then you go on to make excuses for those same people who are not providing you with the kind of representation to improve your quality of living. So we take a break from the comments and we quickly go to a WhatsApp message somebody sent me, I think from either yesterday or this morning. And it says there, we the community health aides are still waiting to hear from the National Workers Union and the government negotiating team. The minimum wage government considers for everyone. Do you know the health center attendants not getting that amount? So the health center attendants, they're not getting minimum wage. And that is according to that WhatsApp message. Every time we call the NWU, the reply is negotiations still going on. We have never had a meeting with the Prime Minister nor the Minister of Health to discuss our concerns. We want to have a meeting with the Prime Minister. That is according to a WhatsApp message. As far as I'm aware, elections are not around the corner. If elections were due within the next fortnight, the Prime Minister would have met you guys. But let's hope that he will take your plight into consideration and try his best to meet you. So we're going back to the question of the day and try to go through some of your comments to that question. What are you going to do about those constant and senseless killings? Listen to a reply or reaction. We need to learn to love one another a little bit more. There's no laughing matter, you know. But you know, sometimes you need to have fun at the expense of the colorfuls. We need to learn to love one another a little bit more. Another person says, it's just time to take the bull by the horns. Enough is enough. All the tools I heard were given to the police to serve and protect solutions. What is the holdback? What were the tools for? Some more of your comments. Somebody says there, stay away from bad characters. Stay away from bad association. Stay away from violent criminal elements. Stay away from locations. Stay away from locations where violence is a lifestyle. So, I'm tempted to say stay away from certain communities, but I ain't going to do that. I won't do that. Stay away from negative people who just want to push crime. Stay away from people who attract trouble. How do you do that? You see the way I live? I stay away from so many people that are not fit to live in society. I stay away from drugs. I stay away from guns. I stay away from anything that that will have police looking for me. Boy. Anyway. Shanti, help me out there, please. Go through the comments in the chat room.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, every 5 years when Jeremiah fails at his portfolio, he is given another job title. Life is hard all over the world, even in the US. But we are doing much better than a lot of countries. We are a resilient people. The Minister of Housing is in power for 5 years. He has not developed a strategic plan for affordable housing in the country. On Facebook, our first comment reads, Tim, it's 40 so far. They don't want to hear, but it's the truth. Sad state of affairs. Another comment is saying, Tim, those who are under the government's payroll, they are the ones defending PJP's failures in reducing crime. Tim, nothing you say will be more important than the election win 16-1. 30 years is an entire generation. A few comments here reading, these are the conversations we should have from both sides. How do we hold our elected officials accountable, and what does that look like? Arsenal will fix everything for us, Tim. Cool out. Tim, tell him to ring the bell. Some NewsSpinners are saying, what happened to all the tools that were given to the police so they can do their work? Were the tools given, but they were still instructed as to how to do their work? What happened to I know, you know, I don't know, I know, I know? Who's behind all the crime taking place? I know, I know. What happened to the all-knowing Prime Minister? There was a young lady who came to social media asking for assistance with her teenage son. She has done everything she can. She has reached out to counselors, her rep, the church, etc., and her son continues to take the wrong path. She did all what she could have, and persons online were making fun of her. St. Lucia is not ready for change because when someone seeks help, we ridicule them, shaking my head. We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, Tim, what has changed about the white man for some people to now love, appreciate, and interact with the white man now? Our CIP money is being used to finance elections to fool the colorfuls. Tim, the people are angry, so they're killing people because of anger. We have another comment here saying, what an ignorant, insensitive, and dumb statement. Seriously, we should all ask ourselves this pertinent question. What does accountability look like, and how do we demand it from our elected officials when nothing changes? Even though we turn a blind eye to the poor housing situation in our country, the annual hurricane season always reminds us of it. Another comment here reading, we need another VAT-free day. Half a loaf, Tim, half a loaf kind of mentality, and some of us are satisfied with it. Tim, they are being paid to fight the killings. Labour said that they would do better, but it's worse. They are hiding every time someone is killed. We have a few comments here saying, Timothy, all St. Lucians are getting an allowance. It's called no allowance. The Minister of Conflict Resolution was the Minister of Crime Prevention for 5 years and never made a single policy statement. And our final comment, sometimes, Tim, your contribution is spot on. I think I will marry Tim.
Just realize a message that you missed in the chat room. Stay away from being an innocent passerby. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. A WhatsApp message reads, these SLP hacks and low IQ supporters just don't get it. It's about the ability to lower the amount of murders and to lessen crime. It is the responsibility of a government to keep its citizens safe, according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see if we have some more of your messages. And somebody says there, good day, Tim. There are law-abiding citizens with good standings, good character, owned their own businesses, etc., who apply for an arm license and are being denied. However, certain questionable characters were given a firearm license and they want the crime to stop, according to a WhatsApp message. Somebody has just written, we are back in the crime zone again. What is the latest story we are discussing now? Nothing about Joy, murders, or even the 12-year-old school child who appeared in a sex video last week. Where is the Minister of National Security? Where is the Minister of Education and the Minister of Gender Affairs? Where are the concerned citizens groups? Where is Catherine Sealis, Alison Jean, Dr. Bird? Where is the Chamber of Commerce? Have they all gone on vacation or just hiding? St. Lucia, what is happening in our country? Another WhatsApp message, and this one, it reads, wonderful preamble, Tim, today. And the people are hoping they're all listening, meaning the authorities for the security of the state. Those who have been sworn in on the oath to protect and serve the local public are all now in hiding, not wanting to perform their duties in spite of getting all the crime fighting equipment and tools to simply effectively police this 238 square mile territory. We have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Go ahead with your contribution, caller.
Tim, good day, good day. I had to call you today, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good, Tim. Tim, it's my duty to call you. I felt it's a duty to call you in light of the spate of homicides over the weekend. Not that all is important, is not important, but a particular reference I want to make to the Masha homicide. I believe this is the 6th homicide in Masha since election, Tim. And this one happened, if you look at the location, this one is the closest one in the 6 to the MP's office, the Prime Minister's office. In measurement, I would average it as probably 150 feet from the MP's entrance to his office. It might even be less, Tim. Between 100 and 150 feet. That's less than 50 meters. What has changed, Tim? The reason I'm calling, what has changed since the Mother's Day killings? Remember, it was May 9th that we had 9th and 10th, that we had 2 + 1 homicides at Masha. Today, we're still in June. And we recorded what I believe is the 6th homicide in Masha. Just counting Masha alone. Nothing has changed. What I spoke about the last time still stands. The MP have said very little, plus there have been no changes in Masha. As a matter of fact, the victim of that homicide last night was at the base of a telephone pole, Tim, on the pavement, where you could have easily, on the entrance to the Masha grounds, where one would expect by now there would have been working cameras on that road. There is no way a homicide would have happened there, Tim, and that would not assist the police with the investigations. Now, I know the next most obvious thing for the MP to say, if you question him, if you have him under pressure now, he will say, I continue giving the police resources. Tim, Philippe boasts that he have given the police the most resources, which I doubt. I'm still doubting. But in terms of the judiciary and the investigations of crime, homicides, and so on, I think this government have done, not just Philippe, I think this government have not started to scratch the surface yet. Not to even scratch the surface. Tim, when you look at the courts, the way the courts are operating, the justice system is operating, we can't say, Philippe can't say nothing that he have done in the 6 years that he is there as Prime Minister, that he have done to improve the justice system. And it is glaring, Tim. Court cases are hardly being heard. Even the backlog court is already, based on my instructions, the backlog court is already facing its own trials, Tim. Because the system is not working the way it ought to work, Tim. Witnesses are not available And you cannot have a court system, especially a high court system, where you cannot guarantee the availability of or appearances of witnesses, state witnesses, especially homicides. So pointless you have people on bail for murder and so on. And when the time comes for the cases, you can find them. So consequently, what you have happening is a lot of cases people get acquitted from the system, from prosecution. So I make my appeal again, Tim. I don't really keep track of the date. What's the date? 27, 28?
29th.
I don't even keep track.
29th.
29th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're still in June, and we're still short of 1 month since the last homicides. But I tell you that, Tim, I don't hold any optimism because I know it's same old, same old. I can probably write down, I can text you what Philippe will say or what he said this morning if he had briefing today. I can, without even hearing it, I can text you what he will say or what he said. Because it's the same old recording he will come with. A same old thing that makes no sense that he will just come to repeat. But as a resident team, that's where it affects me. I don't care for other people. It affects me in the sense that that's the road I'm using every day, Tim. 4 times, 5 times, 6 times.
Because you
day
see,
or night.
you don't have a choice. Now, there are some people, when they want to travel to adjacent communities, nearby areas, they totally avoid Marshall. And
Oh, yes.
I find myself having a tendency to do that. And that ought not to happen, sir. St. Lucia is a small territory, an island. We're supposed to be able to drive freely in every part of the island without expecting that there will be some kind of violent incident that could possibly take our lives. Now, anything can happen anywhere. But it's a totally different issue when you're driving along a particular area. Not stigmatization alone, but the reality is that there is a possibility, there's the propensity for violent incidents to occur there. So you tend to avoid it.
Yeah.
Avoid a community if you have to. And that robs the community of a particular vibe, of the economic activity. Seeing a friend you have not seen for a while. Businesses there in those communities are suffering. Without calling names, I'm sure a lot of the businesses there are being hampered by this, scholar.
Tim, yeah, for sure. Tim, but also that's a major transportation route, a major inlet from the Bexon through Bacatel. And in recent times, Tim, in fact, during the Mother's Day episodes there, we had police presence there for the last 2 weeks. And it's not long since the police big red mobile unit left the area,
Mm-hmm.
But since then, Tim, you would hardly see the police patrolling the area. So it means then that if there is not a homicide, you're not going to see the police.
And caller, you expect the Prime Minister and National Security Minister to pick up the phone every now and then and say to the police commissioner or senior police officers, I want a heavy police presence in my constituency. There's no ifs or buts. I want this to happen. This has got to end. We need improved security throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia. But more so in my constituency. No one will fault the Prime Minister if he adopts that posture or if he takes that approach.
Tim, well, if I was the Prime Minister, bet you I would call for that. Tim, lastly, Tim, I tell you on the heels of that, and you can always see when something there will be a follow-up if you see the right things are not applied. Tim, it is my information that not long ago, just over last weekend, the police foiled a burglary along that same road, not very far from that homicide scene, and the police was shot at. The fellas opened fire at the police when they were caught inside of an establishment, Tim. When the police returned fire, fellas went helter-skelter. And less than a week after that, a man is gunned down right in the same vicinity, Tim.
And how old is that young man? Caller is...
What, the latest man?
Yeah. At Marshall. 21. Yeah?
I understand today is the man's birthday, Tim.
Okay. 21.
The man died 2 hours short of his birthday.
21. So he would have been 22.
Yes.
And
yes,
the other two homicides, one is 24, one is 27.
Can you believe that, Tim? And those are young men, productive young. Well, I don't know where they are productive in the sense that those are young men.
Or to be productive?
That have a bright future. Those fellas have a bright future ahead of them.
No.
Should be.
No, should. Because
should.
You see, because the environment we have created in our society, in most instances, those people have a bright future. You see? If the quality of housing is deplorable, what kind of bright future?
Yes.
If you are being denied certain opportunities, what kind of future?
Yes.
Anyway, sir.
Boy, Tim, well, let us pray. Let us pray, Tim.
We have to do more than pray, sir. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, praise is due.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
Compagnie courant Lucilec a informé public là qui place service pratique là en maison Blue Coral Asso la 8 pont en Castries qui fermé by public là pour tout temps commencer vendredi 29 mai à 4h après-midi. Lucilec a pris action cela quand il a fait plusieurs changements en opération et fait plan pour délivrer plusieurs services. Lucilec a aussi informé que bureau service pratique en maison Carilec à sur la rue Désir en sans souci ouvert et paré pour recevoir et bail pratique les services. Lucilec a encouragé les pratiques qui a servi bureau Blue Coral pour servir l'autre bureau yo en sans souci Rodney Bay et Benvier-Fort. Les pratiques aussi ni choix pour visiter yo à sur internet là à lucilec.com. Lucilec a chain commitment pour porter un service qui reliable à l'aise vous joindre avec bonne qualité qui ça toute pratique les besoins. Management Lucilec regrette n'importe déconvenance qui peut en cause par place Blue Coral là qui ferme et car remercier les pratiques pour l'accompagner.
Lazarus's funeral home is here for you. Lazarus's private cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's private cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's funeral home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow, hein. Si t'es là pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pomme yo c'est Léo. Pomme ça c'est major. Ils bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pomme glo Léo under pour les 9, orange et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452-0763.
Every day, the pain is still there. Back, neck, shoulder, hip, chronic arthritis, pain down your leg to your toes, or heel pain when you put your foot on the ground. You've tried many things, but nothing works. Waiting will only make it worse. At La Clinique du Corps, we find the real cause of your pain using advanced MRI scans from head to toes with no radiation for more accurate results. Our specialist doctors provide faster diagnosis and effective treatment. Less pain, better movement, better life. All insurance is accepted. Call now before it gets worse. 451-6559, that's 451-6559, or WhatsApp 721-9950. WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps. Stop suffering. Start living.
Turn up the vibes with Flow! Flow is turning up the vibes with 400 rewards this carnival season. Sign up for postpaid, add it to your internet, and turn up your rewards. From free grocery vouchers and big handset discounts to free event tickets and costumes with the baddest bands. Flow customers are turning up 400 times. Sign up in store or visit discoverflow.co to claim your reward. Terms and conditions apply.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
An supposé, ça c'est dernier kwas gloa. En temps cette lisi, tant ka wem ka vini pli long ek pli wed, ek sous glo nou ka cheche. Ek la plia ka tobe pli fort ek pli terrible. Ça ka dommage kay nou ek système glo nou. Mais nous sa changer ça. Nous sa conserver de l'eau et protéger sous de l'eau nous. Chaque petit démarche nous point ça wede. Wasko ka travaille ensemble et puis agent pour manager sous de l'eau et ka permettre pour assurer de l'eau en temps qui ka venir. Mais nous besoin si pour. Ensemble, nous sa protéger de l'eau nous, santé nous et ka assurer de l'eau pour l'autre génération. Un petit pas ça mène gros changement. On nous protéger de l'eau nous et la vie nous pour temps qui ka venir. Pour plus d'informations, visitez wascosandlucia.com.
The official Carnival Sunday Lime is back. Let's take you to Bacchanal Beach. Every Sunday until July 5th on the Vigi beachfront. Good vibes, drink specials, and live entertainment. Also your chance to register with Island Tribe for Carnival 2026. Bacchanal Beach, the official Carnival Sunday Lime. Every Sunday until July 5th on the Vigi Beachfront, Bacchanal Beach is sponsored by P-Tour Beer, Power 97.9 FM, and the Carnival Planning and Management Agency.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM, also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. We have a new feature we call Praise Is Due. So there are some people, they perform certain duties and certain tasks in St. Lucia and they excel. Whatever they do is at an exceptional level and we have to praise them. And our first recipient of this Praise Is Due award is no other than ASP, Assistant Superintendent of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Aniel Innocent, who is also an attorney. I was very impressed with her commencement speech delivered at that graduation ceremony on Friday for students graduating from the Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School. And this event took place at the Sanders Grant under the theme Rooted in Strength, Rising in Excellence. And her speech, very much to the point, succinct, wasn't long and boring, and believe you me, it made sense. She touched on a number of areas, in particular, the need to have a good police record. Here is ASP Aniel Innocent of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
As both an attorney at law and a police officer, I want to speak to you about something that many young people do not fully appreciate until it is too late. Your police record. We are living in a time where almost every opportunity requires some form of background check. Whether you are applying for a job, seeking a scholarship, pursuing higher education, traveling abroad, joining a professional organization, or applying for certain licenses, you may be needed to present a police record. My hope for each one of you is that when that day comes, you can proudly present that piece of document. But in today's digital world, your reputation extends far beyond a police record. Social media has become a permanent part of our lives, and many young people fail to appreciate that what is posted online today can follow them for years to come. Employers, universities, scholarship committees, professional organizations, and even government agencies increasingly review social media profiles as part of their background checks. A single inappropriate post, offensive comment, compromising photograph, or poor decisions shared online can damage opportunities that you have worked hard to achieve. The internet rarely forgets. Before you post, ask yourself 3 questions. 1, would I be comfortable if my parents saw this? 2, would I be comfortable if my future employer saw this? 3, would I be comfortable if this appeared on the front page of a newspaper tomorrow? Your digital footprint is a reflection of your character. Use social media wisely. Let your online presence showcase your talents, achievements, values, and ambitions rather than becoming an obstacle to your success. Remember, your future employer may meet you via your social media profile long before he meets you in person. Protect your future. Do not allow a moment of poor judgment to create years of regret. Do not allow peer pressure to place obstacles in your path. Think before you act. Consider the consequences of your decision. The choices you make when no one is watching often determine opportunities available to you when everyone is looking.
The feature of our Praise is Due segment, ASP Annual Innocent of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. She's also an attorney, delivering the commencement speech on Friday, commencement speech of students of the Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School, and the event was held at the Sanders Grand Hotel under the theme, Rooted in Strength, Rising in Excellence. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You're on the air.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
I wanted to speak on something which transpired something last week with a minister who made some claims about Mikud South people unwisingly using that word. And if you permit me, Tim, I would like to touch a little bit on this.
Yes, sir.
I would find myself in this category. And so I need the minister. I don't want him to come to Mikud South because he's always there. This is his favorite climbing spot. I need him to go back to his constituency, take some pictures and some videos, and sit down in the comfort of his home and do some comparison between Mikud South and his constituency, Kasui Central. And then, if he is honest, he would realize the reason why he likes to lime at Mikud South. Okay? He's there almost every time he have a chance. He's there, Tim. And he's not coming to chastise Alan or any of that, the opposition leader. He's coming there because he likes the area. Mikud South, especially Angers, going up, Tim, is one of the fastest developing constituencies in St. Lucia. Mikud South is slowly turning, I should not say slowly, but rather fast, Tim, becoming commercialized. Because every majority of the people in that constituency has turned to self-employment, Tim. Have turned to one way or the other, finding a way, a means to providing for themselves and not relying on a politician. And this is the effect of Alan Chastney. This constituency has one of the highest rate of restaurants, shops, even the small guest houses thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want a guest house, come down to Angers, you don't have to go back up. Come down to Mikud South, you do not have to go back up. You will get a place to sleep. You will get a vehicle to rent. You will get a bar or restaurant somewhere to go and chill, Tim. That place, especially the Angers area, it does not sleep. This area has become so much of a vibe that people will live all over and come and lime in that area. Okay? Why is it like that? It is because of the resilience of the people. It is because they have come to realize that I do not need a politician to thrive. All I need from the politician is to fix up my road, to do those kind of initiatives, to put things in place that I can apply my trade. Okay? I need Richard Frederick to look at the shanty in the Deriso Gap, Angers Gap on the highway. Team, a police van went in there, destroyed the brick of the poles of the shanty. And that shanty was where a lot of people was selling their corn, their cashew, Team. If you come down the coast, that is where you'll get the best roasted corn and cashew and those things. Okay? That thing have been there since last year, and they refused to fix it. That shanty was built by the men of Angers at that time. It was not a government thing. Okay? And they have neglected it. Our roads is becoming in a mess, Team. And I am telling you that this constituency have become commercialized to the point that everybody's owning a little bar, everybody's owning a little restaurant, a little thing, Team. Because things are turning around in that constituency. So please, Mr. Richard Frederick, we are not unwise in Mikud South. we are wise enough to know that we cannot live our lives in your pocket. We want to be independent, and this is what we have chosen in Micoud South. Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you, Jante. Let's find out what's happening in your neck of the woods, meaning the chat rooms.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, I mean, how can the Minister of National Security make such a callous statement to address the scourge of crime besieging this small island state? Wow, quite unfortunate statement. PJP thought that buying more vehicles and jet skis and building a few new police stations would solve the crime problem. They didn't want to spend $40,000 a month for a proper K9 unit. Another YouTube comment here reading, cannot give an account of how the CIP funds were spent and why ministers are suddenly building housing developments. Over on Facebook, our first comment reads, there's no shortage of garbage coming from these labors. The mood is stay away. Tim, that one was a big joke. But if it was the other way around, it would be the government. This is a laughing matter. In other words, just be your own prison. We have another comment here saying, weren't these the same ladies that were campaigning during their work event just before elections? The education minister is practicing his wine at the mock carnival. Convenient silence is what this is from the NGOs. A few comments are reading, stay away from Masha. The mood is extremely red all over St. Lucia, caller. Pierre is in office but not in power. Some news spinners saying here, caller, the MP is not a policeman, his father was. So the police stopped patrolling? No amount of resources given to the police force by PJP can surpass the devastating effects of him disbanding a successfully working K9 unit. We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, it is very sad what our country has become. When will this stop once and for all? Oh yes, my Prime Minister has done something to improve the justice system. You remember when he was present at the courts with one of his colleagues and said that he went there to see that justice is served? So as for now, if we want justice to be served, we must ensure that our Prime Minister comes to the courthouse with us. We have another comment here saying, I am so happy that I do not have to go through Marshall to travel to work anymore. I must admit, I always had a fear of driving through this community. Another comment here reading, caller, don't expect any changes from PJP to the crime situation. Tim, the Marsha TJ's closes at 6 p.m. instead of the usual 6:30. St. Lucia has an estimated police to citizen ratio of approximately 1 officer to every 180 to 190 citizens. Another comment here saying, do you remember when the Canadian was murdered in Marsha? Wasn't it the former minister who said that the Canadian should not have been there? So instead of the Canadian being the victim, it is like he was the one at fault for being there. And our final comment, I can attest to that. They won't let you sleep in peace. Every day is a live action.
Thank you so much, Jante, for your update. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. As we continue with yet another broadcast, we going up until 2 o'clock. We have a call via WhatsApp. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
How are you?
I'm okay, sir. How about you?
I'm fine, man. I'm cool. Janti, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Bibi, I want to commend Miss Innocent for her great contribution to the Leonard Secondary School, and also Miss Anne Joseph. She's another great one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm referring to the police officers.
Yes.
Team, I have a solution for the Marshall crime situation. I'm not a consultant, but I hope it doesn't fall on their ears. Team, the biggest problem with the crime situation in Marshall is the location of the Marshall police station. Marshall is a community that don't go to sleep, team. And the station is located at the three corners, at the junction of Entrepot, Bacatel, and Marshall Roads.
Yeah.
Now that's a long way off Marshall Central. My recommendation is this. The Masha police station should be located in the middle of Masha, preferably at the old Dixie disco. You know that area, Tim?
Yeah, close to the river. I know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the police station is located there, then the police officers will have full access to all the crime hotspots in Masha, namely the Boulevard, Black Malay, Touge, and the other environs, Arundel Hill, Rogol, and those areas. And they can also build a rec center directly opposite the police station to accommodate the youth of that community, where they can play the games and associate comfortably knowing that the police is close by. Team, for the police officers to leave the Bagatelle area, walk down to the center of Marshall, let's say 2 or 3 at a time, that is dangerous to the health team. That is putting their lives at risk. The police officers should be located in the middle of Masha, preferably on a 2-story or 3-story building with cameras where you can see into the crime zones, the hot spots. Team, I only hope that my recommendation do not fall on deaf ears, and they should have at least a contingent of about 20 to 30 policemen at that station at any one time. Team, I thank you.
Much appreciated, sir. We hope that your whatever you recommended there will not be falling on deaf ears, but we know how politicians react to recommendations. But in this case, you are not a consultant, so I see no reason why they should not be putting your recommendations into action. But it is passing strange that in that community you have a police station. I'm told from time to time on 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, the doors of the police station would be closed. I don't know. I mean, that really does not make sense. And the community is seen as a hot spot, but yet still the doors of the police station are closed ever so often. We'll see if we have a call on the landline, but in the meantime, let me go through some of your WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there, Tim, that caller from Eco South speaks volumes by reflecting the impact of a leader. A leader inspires, not manipulation. So can Philip J. Pierre. The MO of Central and the rest of them that fall under leadership portfolio. Where is the dash for your years in service? Or do you have followers to show who are dependent on handouts and don't have a mind of their own? New century slavery at its best. Some of your messages. Another message reads, lately we haven't heard anything about the youth economy. Do you or your listeners have any idea of what is happening there? Well, somebody I'm sure who is in the know can provide us with some information. Another WhatsApp message. Is it just me or St. Lucians are blind? Can we tell or see when something's not working and it's time to make changes? 30 years and no change, but you keep voting for him? Marsha has been a mess for as long as I can remember. Another WhatsApp message. St. Lucia has more guns than water. So damn sad. We are right back to the 70s. Another one says, do you have the police officer who had a boat ride yesterday and he along with his friends were discharging rounds of ammunition like there was no tomorrow? It is hard to differentiate between the police and the bad boys now. They both dress the same. They both have illegal and legal firearms and hang out together. Mr. Verngard, please check out on that police officer. Another WhatsApp message, and it says that good day, Tim, from the outside looking in. St. Lucia to me seems to be in total disarray. And yet another WhatsApp message. I understand and agree that no government can and will stop crime, but the question remains, why is there a crime prevention minister? Is it because he was a police officer? Shaking my head. Well said, caller. We the people of Miko South are the wisest set of people in the 17 constituencies. We know what we want and we know what is good. Some of your messages. Good day, Tim. Both bus shelters in the Deriso Gap, they need repairs. And another WhatsApp message, and it says that, Tim, there's a big fight after the Miss District High pageant on Saturday night. How many people were beating up on a man who is hosting? I saw a short clip on someone's status of the men kicking and beating him up. He had to run away to protect himself. All right, let's see if we have some more of your messages to go through. Please bear with me. Somebody has just written a WhatsApp message and it reads, didn't the Prime Minister say that he knows who are the people who are committing all the crime? Then why didn't he inform the police of the killing that took place near his office? Mr. Pierre, we need you to assist the police. They need to capture the murderer. Hurry up. We have had too many homicides in our country. Too many murderers are let loose out there. Some more messages. Somebody says there, why don't you judge the young people? It's educational to judge behavior. Judging is not sentencing. It gives access to create changes. A message to Norbert. A reference to his speech at the Miku Secondary School graduation ceremony. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says there, Tim, if I am wrong, please correct me. I can recall it was said that the people were so upset with Shas, that's why there was so much crime back then when he was the Prime Minister. So who or what are they upset with now? We would like to know, since they knew so much, or is it because they are too happy now? Let's see if we have some more of your messages to go through. Another one says there, can you explain why the Prime Minister was at the police staff meeting when he has clearly stated that he doesn't get involved in the day-to-day running of the police departments? Another WhatsApp message, the District 2 office is now closed indefinitely. This office is in the exact location of the Inland Revenue Department. The Inland Revenue Department had to be relocated by the previous administration for that same reason, mold infestation. The Customs Department in VA4 was removed from that same building. The owner of that building was a campaigner and alleged financer of the SLP. Hence, the District 2 office was placed there with all its problems. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see. Somebody says there, yes, he was at the meeting and also gave a speech. Okay, another WhatsApp message. I don't agree with the comment that no government cannot stop crime. Please look up the crime situation over in El Salvador. The government was the one which changed the crime situation there. Another WhatsApp message, and it reads, okay, honestly, it's the arrogance of the candidate of the SLP candidates. I'm trying to understand, and I ask myself, why did the people of St. Lucia vote them back in power? Okay, I think I know why. Greed, hand to mouth, and the handouts. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, let's see if we have another message to go through. Trying to go through as many of those messages as possible. And somebody has just written a WhatsApp message, and it says the minister's life is more important than yours. They need armed guards. I think the present ministers have made more money than Guy Joseph in politics. What happened to the files? Any politician who got rich while in office is corrupt. The country is divided into factions. What happened to a good idea of having an operating school for young men? I guess that's not good for the political party. The people will speak when they want change. We all the people are the government. SLP is in power. We should have it in place that if the country is in deficit at the end of the cycle, then they shouldn't get a pension. Period. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, what does the agriculture minister have to say about the plight of the cattle over in the south of the island, and the fact that we still have some stray cattle in certain parts of St. Lucia, including in the Shock area. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
Every day, the pain is still there. Back, neck, shoulder, hip, chronic arthritis, pain down your leg to your toes, or heel pain when you put your foot on the ground. You've tried many things, but nothing works. Waiting will only make it worse. At La Clinique du Corps, we find the real cause of your pain using advanced MRI scans from head to toes with no radiation for more accurate results. Our specialist doctors provide faster diagnosis and effective treatment. Less pain, better movement, better life. All insurance is accepted. Call now before it gets worse. 451-6559, that's 451-6559, or WhatsApp 721-9950. WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps. Stop suffering. Start living.
Today. Get your credit card June 30, don't delay.
NewsSpin wishes to advise customers that its customer service kiosk located at the Blue Coral Mall in Castries will be permanently closed to the public on Friday the 29th of May at 4 p.m. This closure is being undertaken as part of NewsSpin's ongoing operational adjustments and service delivery planning. NewsSpin is pleased to advise that its customer service office at the Carolec building on Daisy Avenue in San Souci is now open and ready to receive and serve walk-in customers. Customers who previously accessed services at the Blue Coral kiosk are encouraged to visit this location or our other offices in Rodney Bay and Vieux-Fort. Our remote options, including the virtual service desk on our website, lucelec.com, is also available. Lucelec remains committed to providing convenient, accessible, and efficient service options to meet the needs of our customers. The management of Lucelec regrets any inconvenience that the kiosk closure may cause and thanks customers for their understanding.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliothèque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Stop paying full price. With Flow, you can slash your bill in half. You heard right. Cut your mobile bill in half when you add mobile to internet. That's the most reliable Wi-Fi at home. Plus, all the data you need on the go. So don't wait. Double your connection and double your value for half the price. Add mobile to internet today. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Ouais, messie, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow, hein. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme pour cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Brand pump yo c'est Léo. Pump ça c'est Major. I bon tout bonnement. Tan si ten mwen a cholman. Glo ka fante.
Europa ni pump glo Léo ada pour les nerfs, Georges et Gris.
Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
The government has been very lenient, and we have continued to provide support to farmers who immediately would not have the necessary infrastructure in place to move their cattle. The number one priority of the government is to ensure public safety. When we came in, or when I came in, one of the first things that I was tasked to do was to remove the cattle from shop. For a few weeks, we were successful at that until we started seeing it coming back. We put out notices and reminded people of the law. Now, as of this week, I can tell the general public, if by Friday, God willing, we still see cattle that is untied and loose, they will be impounded. When the government of St. Lucia supported some cattle farmers and temporarily relocated their cattle, assisted with relocating, it wasn't just one farmer. It was their responsibility to ensure that they took care of their animals. This was not done to the extent that they had agreed that they would. The ministry has stepped in and said, okay, we are providing support not just to one person, but to a number of other cattle farmers to help them find a space. We are not giving them the space. I want St. Lucians to understand that it is not that the government is giving or has plans to give the land. Because if you are in disobedience of the law, I think that we should not be rewarding that in any way possible.
Agriculture Minister Lisa Jawair. Let's get a final update from you. Janty, and then I'll go through some comments extracted via WhatsApp messages or the WhatsApp platform. Go ahead.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, PJP should be ashamed to say that he represented the constituency of Castries East for 29 years. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force needs an operational efficiency audit. The Minister of National Security needs to ensure that this is done immediately. The district representative for Castries Central is responsible for the state of Castries. Castries used to be one of the cleanest capitals in the Caribbean, now it's one of the dirtiest. On Facebook, our first comment reads, can somebody tell me what's the murder rate? I concur, young man. Micoud South is the move. The people of Micoud are very smart. They made a wise decision. We have another comment saying, oh yes, caller, tell him that again. Kenny was the one who put the station there because he was undermining Bakatel at the time. Caller, PJP will throw your suggestion away. A few comments here reading, caller, but what about the Bakatel hotspot? The officers would be told where and who should not be targeted. That would never happen. Some NewsSpinners are saying, like I told you, the police work from home. Caller Marsha, so bad that only drones and robots can patrol there. Tim, how much did the government give to the Carnival Committee in the different communities? In Dennery, I'm seeing they're spending like water, and they never said the amount given to each community, so I figured that the amount is much higher than last year. We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, PJP, according to Teresa, the people voted for you, they need help. Crime never reached so high under the UWP. Didn't Marsha get a TVET school? And our final comment, why isn't Marsha being treated as Viewfort?
Thanks so much, Andy. A few of your WhatsApp messages, and then we'll turn our attention to the NewsSpin news of the day. Somebody has just written, yes, all examination has finished in the country. Now parents expect school books for the common use of next year's September 2026 to January 1st, 2027 on this new school term. For the children who sat the community examination will be rewarded tomorrow, June 30th. Let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says that Tim in the T-Rusi Junction has a bus shelter which was damaged during an accident about a year ago. No one has fixed it, but in the next 4.5, they will be back at your doorsteps asking for votes. To be honest, I don't want any favor from the government. Just let's do things right. Another WhatsApp message, and this one reads, Tim, good afternoon. Where is Lady Lee? I don't know. Another WhatsApp message, and it says that the continuous killings in our country is not addressed seriously by the authorities. Until a serious statement is made directed at the criminals, will only be going around in circles. The question is, who within the government will take the hard stand against those criminals? Another one says there, how they have money for carnival but no money to fix the roads, Wasco, water, and the island's crime situation. Tim, on Saturday, Lisa donated 20 Ks to a church organization. Where is that money coming from? That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see if we go through some of your messages before we conclude our broadcast. Okay. Let's see there. I think that'll do it as far as the messages. Okay, one more. I suppose soon the commenter will say, stay inside your homes, do not go in your yard, do not go to school, and do not go to church because the reptiles are taking over. All right, let's turn our attention now to our NewsSpin News of the Day. The NewsSpin News of the Day reads, man rescued after 106 hours trapped in Venezuela rubble. Man rescued after 106 hours trapped in Venezuela rubble. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Don't forget, please, to like the video, share, subscribe to the NewsSpin YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the NewsSpin channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.